blessed ones of the nations of the world. That's as your brother Dan Moses or say or Sakwadie of TRC, Ghana, coming to you with this recording being made on the 3rd of November 2021. Meaning bringing to you the exposé's Testimony New World Disorder Special Edition, Humanity, they are coming after our souls. We have been made to understand that the agenda of the destroyers of innocent life is no longer about the going about the nations of the world, dropping bombs and killing the innocent. They have gone beyond to come after your soul, my soul, the souls of humanity. That is the agenda that is being pursued against humanity, for which reason the world in this current state. Let's get that understanding. Your soul is at stake, my soul. The souls of humanity are at stake. And we want to begin to get some understanding by welcoming each other, saying, Akwaba, Allen, Sahal, and Shagitam, welcome. Nganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome. Kuso, Diwo, to San Yusenyo, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, o Sano, Dezua, Mkwande, Ena, Mitash, Duburo, Pezalovat, Bine I Vinit, Barigalus, Vita Iche, Ayubon, Dobridoya, welcome, Estan, Wozot Walang Anumang, bienvenido, namaste, swagatam, kush, amadid, baruch, haba, marahaba, wanyung haminida, wanying, nyejeko, anyamime, nyejeko, wezolo, novio, nia wezo, akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder is the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, humanity, America, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and lies that are willfully made up by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world, and yet have chosen to be the very people that are dealing with us by willful lies, deception, delusion, having brought our dear world into this total global helplessness. But we thank God that we are not alone, because God has not lost control over the universe, let alone this very planet Earth of ours. So, by this program, we as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, divine insight, that we may know exactly what to do. After this is part 1 of this week's expose. This is part 11. Part humanity, they are coming after, so part 11. Part 12 will be an evidence and unimaginable cruelty by the new terrorists of the Nana Addo Akufo Addo against innocent children of their own children, which boils will go to buttress what we are going to share here. So part 13 would be what to do. Humanity, they are coming out after our souls. Part 13 will be what to do. What to do has been recorded already. It was recorded on the 2nd of November 2020. This is being recorded on the 3rd of November 2021. So when we received it, we must know that they have been pre-recorded before we had it. Humanity and the nations of Akufo to the program Testimony New World Disorder. We thank God that we have been able to relocate. Every evil was pursued by the Montgomery County Police, the FBI, the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo, the Ghana Embassy, in the terror cell of my former residence, to have evicted me from the home, and at the same time making sure that I never get a place to rent, so that they can get me eliminated in the cold winter weathers out in the middle of the street. Their tactical strategy that they use is my money was with the so-called landlord, Killer Duo, that is his name. Um, they were strategically made him to um, refuse giving me my money, like $600, to make it difficult for me to have funds to rent a place and move to, while they at the same time evicting me from a terror cell where I was being persecuted, tortured, and um, God made a way, and I was able to rent this new place where we are now. And in order for them to find means to steal my $600, expose part 12 would give you an idea the extent to which they had to go, the ugly strategy where they have to continue the usual abuse, fleeing the home to avoid they giving my money to me. Part of the day, finding means to take my money. They had to abandon their own children, lock them up in the room. Children, a newborn child, which child is under a month old, with um, an infant who is less than 2 years old. Abandon them, lock them up. Supposing the home was on fire, they would have killed their own children. You see, these terror network members of Nana Addo Akufo, the new terrorists, um, they esteem money at the expense of blood of their fellow human beings. They don't care. Once when it comes to money, they will kill for it. So $600, they were willing to. They were abusing their own infants and under um, 1 month old baby, and they had no conscience towards that. I tell you this, so let's watch a part after this and see how diabolical they are towards their own children. So if they can be that evil towards their own land, and no law in America apply to these new terrorists who are aiding to cover up the killing of Africans. So if they can be that evil to their own children when it comes to money, who are you when you don't relate to them in any way? You can be Kofi Annan, you can be whoever you are, you can be Jerry John Rawlings. They will give you over and you'll be killed for money and they will take it. We have diplomatic terrorists of the Ghana embassy aiding this evil. The traitors among um, the staff of the Ghana embassy. I know there are some noble and dignified ones in there, but those that are giving our people over to be killed for money, mansions, and cars, you are the people I'm referring to. Humanity and the nations of the world. So let's watch the part after this. But we need to watch that because I saw my innocent children going through, being subjected to all kinds of torture under the watch of their own mother because of her greed for money, for her shame to be, for her crimes to be known to the world. She gave her own children over to torture by Montgomery County, persecuting them, to kill them if they can, to silence me. So we will need to watch that expose on the operators of the terror cells, what they did to their own. It was a constant habitual thing that they subject their children to. Eventually, I have to capture that evidence for you. Humanity and Acquire to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. Now, let's help the noble people of Haiti to have some understanding. All these that we share today, it boils down to the killing of the Haitian president, the killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. We must understand that for every undercover agent who is assigned, who is on an agenda for either the nation or the political stakes or intelligence stake or whichever institution in their nation, before they are assigned on their mission, they are made to understand the risk of their agenda that they are assigning onto. they are made to understand the dangers and the kind of protection that will be ensured. They are made to understand how much they will make if they succeed in the agenda. So if it is an agenda which is such that their life could go, they could die in the process, that comes with so much money. You are signing your life away, and even your next of kin would have to come in, like you proving your making available your next of kin just in case you die, so that your payment. This is exactly that was done by this U.S. undercover agent in the year 2006 with so-called religious folks in America with their counterparts in Ghana, political and diplomatic stakes at the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C. They using this undercover agent with the George Bush administration, colluding with her to set me up in a set-up marriage, contracting her secretly that they may use her to further the global agenda of the killing on the nations of the world. They were using my innocent life for that agenda, and she signed her life away. Millions of dollars this undercover agent made before she entered in the setup marriage with me on the 6th, on the 9th of December 2006. Humanity and the nations of the world. She made all her money between 2007 and 2009. Her cover got blown. Her cover got blown in 2007. In order for her not to bear the shame, the religious counterpart with whom they set up the marriage, they made money mansions and cars. Her friends and her loved ones that were part of the plot, they all made money mansions at the expense of America. Criminal diplomatic minds, Nana Addo Akufo Addo and they set up innocent Ghanaians into the covering up of the cover that the US had, that her cover that has been blown. Buying minds in Ghana, those that are willing to falsely testify, make up false evidence to put crime on me. They were receiving money mansions between 2007 and 2009. As a matter of fact, they were receiving free houses. Those that don't qualify to contract loan for houses. You remember 2009, the housing bubble crashed. There was the collapse of the housing market before the collapse of the New York stock. That was the evil that was. This evil has gone on for years, for almost 15 years now. By one US undercover, they crashed the New York stock. There were preachers that were making money mansions and cars. Eventually, between 2006 and 2000, the undercover agent treacherously with the CIA, the FBI, the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo, who was nowhere near the president. He was not the president of Ghana. But for hatred for me, she must collude with this undercover agent to seek to get me assassinated. Humanity and the Nations, to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. It is for the US undercover agent not willing to, for her to be exposed to the world of a heinous crime perpetrated under the cover of the church, to seek to put a crime on me, that my life be destroyed in an agenda for killing on the nations of the world. She instead chose to set my innocent family members in Ghana up. And unfortunately, just that she had an entrenched position to claim that she was not the only person that benefited, made millions, but that there were many in Ghana who also made money mansions, in America that made money mansions and cars. She had to set my own family members, some of my own, and then eventually she started with the same diplomatic and political, some being in the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, the former UN Secretary General, and some individuals of various institutions, including UN High Commission for Human Rights, including World Vision, including uh, World Health Organization. With time, you will get to know how much evil has been perpetrated under institutions that we trust to be there for humanity, just because they want to kill one African, one Ghanaian. Humanity and the nations of the soul. The same cliques set up my family members, and they are the people that, in covering up the heinous crimes of the US undercover agent in 2009, under 5 weeks, started killing my family members one after the other. Ghana and the nations of the world, the love for money by this US undercover agent is the root of humanity suffering this current suffering. Her greed and her love for money at the expense of the life of her own father. Let's get the understanding that before the setup, when as part of the setup marriage, she was not content with the million that he made at the political stakes of the US and Ghana at the expense of my life. She was not content with that. She went to the extent of putting life insurance over my head secretly, being so sure that they shall succeed in planting false evidence, declare me terrorist, and I will be killed. And she wants life insurance money over my head as well. She did that with a company called Samaritan Village Incorporated. They did that secret over my head, which she was working at as her open cover. That is her day job, but her actual job was an undercover agent. So they put life insurance. She was not content of the millions that she has made. In order for the diplomatic stakes in the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon and his cliques, in order for the diplomatic stakes at the Ghana embassy, in order for political evil forces in Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo and his cronies, in order for political minds in America to silence and to suppress me and to destroy me, they had to engineer an agenda of imposing, getting me defrauded through this undercover agent, that anytime I would try to expose any of them, they quickly would have to generate a fraudulent document and come garnish my income at the workplace to render me helpless, that I will not be able to pay my to put him in the streets and I'll be That has been the number one agenda. Any attempt of mine to resist their tactics of defunding me, of robbing me of my income, if I resist, the response is an immediate killing of the innocent in Ghana, or and now it has gotten to Haiti, the innocent in Ghana, to silence. If I would not allow them to rob me of my income, they kill my people in Ghana. Humanity and the nations of the noble people of Haiti get this understanding. We know that in 2017, 2019, I've been to Ghana for an investigative mission, 2 years. Within that 2 years, September of 2019 and October and November of 2006, when they had killed my father on this September 27, 2019, using the medical field in secrecy, I had to flee Ghana to America. I came to America, and under 5 weeks, they orchestrated and killed my father, Nana Danilo Pokweji, on the 6th of November 2019. I tell you this because Saturday, the 6th of November 2021, marks exactly 2 years when my uncle was killed in secrecy. And it will help us get understanding as to why the Haitian president also was killed, and after Jerry John Rawlings had been killed. Humanity and the nations were covered to the program Testimony New World Disorder. The diplomatic forces, political forces, religious forces. They have made their money at the expense of the blood of God, at the expense of my blood, at the expense of my innocent, tortured, and abducted children. However, in order for them to silence me, they will not let me own a penny, so that I would not be able to be financially liberated. Anytime I make an attempt to expose them, they must quickly use the undercover agent with the Montgomery County Police, generate a fraudulent document under the cover of the court, and come to rob me of my income. In 2019, between on November the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, documents reached the office of the UN Secretary General, His Excellency Antonio Guterres. Documents reached International Criminal Court, Hague. Documents reached the African Union, telling them as to how the undercover agent is colluding with the Montgomery County to take over my income. They had persecuted. I came when I came to I returned to America after a two-year mission in the month of October 2019. That was when I returned to America after my 2 years mission. God helped me in under about a week. I got a job with one 7-Eleven store owned by one Amira in the state of Maryland. That was the store that after I had made my first income, before my second income would, my paycheck would come in, the Montgomery County Police, who had colluded with a bank called Bank Mobile, which is linked with a university called Liberty University, where I was taking a course at, and my refund money was to go into my bank account. They had made sure that they have shut me from accessing my money in my bank accounts. They made sure they were colluding with the Montgomery County, render me penniless, to ensure that even water, I would not be able to get a bottle of water to buy. There were times that I had to walk like 20 miles journey from the state of from Germantown, Maryland, to another city where I was working on foot without anything to even eat. Yet I had to go to work. In spite of that, the Montgomery County Police, I'm talking about the 3rd of November, 4th, 5th of November, they had colluded with the Amira 7-Eleven store to come rob me of, before my second income would come rob me of my income for the US undercover agent. I resisted. I refused. I would not yield. So the Montgomery County Police had plotted that if I come to where they will come to seek opportunity to attack me if they can assassinate me. They woefully failed. God helped me. And their plot failed to attack me at the job. Before then, God has helped me. I've received an inside information that my uncle Nana Danilo Pokweje had already been poisoned by the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo when he had left Kumasi for the Brong-Ahafo region. He had been on that journey with my own brother of the same father and mother, Samuel Sarkodie, who colluded with this US undercover for years to get me killed. He received 6-bedroom mansion, 33-seater bus beside the money that he made at the expense of my life. That same guy colluding with the US undercover agent, the CIA, the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo, and the 7-Eleven Amira 7-Eleven store. They must make sure I never go forward. In fact, they are coming to get me robbed for this US undercover. I refused. I've had inside information that my uncle has been poisoned. I was doing everything, calling my uncle, calling the wife to relay information to them. But they will not let. Of course, sometimes the phone rings. I get no answer. The terror network now, they were backed with US intelligence technology. They know how to let the phone ring and nobody would answer. These were the times that my uncle's health was deteriorating terribly. And at the point he had to be sent to the SDA hospital, things started getting bad. They were seeing the manifestation that he was dying, but they didn't know actually what was behind. I was sick. I was on the day that a date or on the 5th of October, of 5th of November 2019, a day to the cowardly killing of my uncle. I was contending with the phone with my brother, calling him. I just needed him to get me in touch with my uncle and the family because my uncle was about to be killed. My brother colluding with a 7-Eleven company of US, with this US undercover agent, the CIA, the terrorist of Addo, refused to give me access to my uncle and my uncle's wife and the family. That was the time that my uncle had been removed from the SDA hospital to Akufo Teaching Hospital in Kumasi. A night to the killing of my uncle using the medical field. My uncle, they made sure that tactically, my uncle's wife, none of the children, none of the family was around. They had all gone to see my uncle. They have stayed till late in the night. They have departed. The moment they departed, secretly, they used the medical, injected him, and killed him. The next morning, they came to see a man that was okay before they left. They only went to see that the man his life has been taken. Your uncle is dead. No autopsy report. Just like the autopsy report of John F. Kennedy, up till now, is not telling the truth about the killing of John F. Kennedy. No autopsy report from the Confanotti Teaching Hospital can tell the truth about the killing of my uncle because it's being covered up by the state. Ghana and the nations of the humanity are back to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. After she has killed my uncle, my father, at a clinic at Jema in the Bronx Afro region. Under 5 weeks, they used the same medical field to kill my uncle. Humanity and the nations of the world. These are political stakes in Ghana and America doing this evil of seeking to wipe me and my family out of the surface of the earth. And afterwards, with the huge intelligence and technology behind them, diplomatic forces, they must play the family, play us, manipulate the family so that we never get together. We never get to understand what they are doing to us. That they tactically continue to exploit us while they kill the innocent. Humanity and the nations were called back to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. For my resistance to let the US undercover agent rob me from owing even a penny. No amount of me voicing out to the United Nations on the 3rd, 4th, 5th of November to the African Union, to the International Criminal Court Hague, was enough to have stopped the coward secret killers from killing my uncle on the 6th of November 2019. humanity and the nations of the world. They had killed my father. They stepped ahead and killed my uncle, all under 5 weeks. Prior to this, we should not forget that they have entered the church, stabbed my reverend minister, Reverend Dr. David Nabemado, killed him in church barbarously. They did not end there. Don't you forget that in 2020, November the 12th, they had killed Jerry John Rawlings as well in secrecy using the company that I was working for. And their sticks, foreign, and the terror network of Nana Addo and Akufo. If you were in my situation, they are killing family members of your friends, of your loved ones, your own family members. They have killed your pastor, killed your president, killed your mentor, killing your people indiscriminately. If you were in my situation and you have the power to carry out a revenge, what would you do? I don't have that power. But this one thing I know, that in this very issue that humanity is facing, the heinous crimes against humanity, the Ban Ki-moon's image are at stake. The Obamas, the Trumps, the Hillarys, huge political and diplomatic forces. Diplomatic forces at the Ghana embassy, their images are at stake. Nana Addo and Akufo Addo, and they are at stake. Beside that, this issue affects every single nation of the world. There are people in Europe, Asia, Australia, China, Russia, who know very well that this is an innocent member of the human race, who has been set up by forces in America and some forces in his own nation to further the global killing agenda. And there are millions in America, in Ghana, who don't take kind to that evil of using my innocent life to further the global killing agenda. So you may decide to seek to destroy my life, collude with my killers, torture me, persecute me, aid to get me assassinated, aid to get me kidnapped, aid to get me lynched. You might not receive the response from any of these states, whether the Obamas or the Hillarys or the Ban Ki-moons or the Trumps, the various states. Let's understand that this issue directly affects the day-to-day running of the New York Stock Exchange. For years, I've been a very much help, voicing out, blowing up whistle as to how this issue is being used to rob them. There are stakes there that know that I have been a help to them. So if you decide to come kill me, whether you're a policeman or whoever you are, I don't have the weapons and the arms to come attack you. You terrorize me medically, you torture me, you persecute me. But the truth is, eventually, you put yourself in the danger of you being assassinated, being killed. That is the truth. If you decide to go aid my killers to come kill me, they may not avenge me instantly for you to know that what you were doing to me, they were aware. So whether the killer Dua or whichever landlord whose place that I've lived and whichever company that I've worked for in the past and I've been used as a terrorist to kill my people, they have all not gotten away because eventually the Avengers rise up. Ghana, in next week's expose, we shall understand, Haiti shall get it clear that it was the same tactical agenda of this US undercover agent generating a fraudulent document with the Montgomery County Police to use another 7-Eleven store on the 30th of June 2019 and 2021 to get me robbed of my income, and I would not yield. The police came to find means to assassinate me on the job. I did not call for the undercover agent to be killed for what she's doing to me. I did not call for that. I did not call for anybody to for me to be avenged on anybody. But the truth is, the avengers are in America. Some are in the New York Stock Exchange. Some are in the intelligence service themselves. Some are in the police service who know of how how their nation and their laws are being disregarded, and their nation has been taken over by global cliques, and will not stand, will not watch on to that. There are some avengers in the land of Ghana. Some are in the various nations of the world. So eventually, in order for them to tell the undercover agent that they will not take the nonsense of killing my people anyhow, killing my president Jerry John Rawlings, and going about to now seek my very life to be assassinated on the job, they have to respond. And it is that response that fell on the Haitian president. Whether it came from Colombia or whatever it is, the Montgomery County police know that it was an evil they were pursuing with the US undercover agent. Which evil would not be countenanced. I would not accept it for them to rob me today or tomorrow. If I own $1 trillion cedis, I will not pay a penny to this US undercover, the killer of my people of Ghana, and the killer, the one that seeks to kill me and plotted to get me killed. I will not pay a penny to her. I want to tell all the states that have purpose and are destroying the world that this is my stand. I will not pay a dime or penny to the US undercover agent. If that to them means that war to the end of the world, humanity, you know what we tell them? Let them go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. For all men are created equal. Next week, may the precious soul of my father, my uncle Nana Daniel Bukweji, rest in the family in Ghana. I'm with you, Auntie Junior, Auntie Mamia, Auntie Vera. We are not the only people that have suffered casualty. This week I have to call today I have to call somebody, probably in Ghana. What is happening is, if you are a family that are fallen victim and you are even willing to collude with the crime covering sticks, now you will receive a compensation, you receive reward and aid them. They are willing to buy you so that you aid them to kill me. But amidst all this, I continue to hold the hands of my friends, my loved ones, because we are all together in this. But God is with us. We shall overcome. God bless you. Let's receive what to do. And God bless my